All right, computer, stop tripping. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Hello, 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 beautiful babies. It's your girl, Mama Feel for Five Life. And yes, I am back with another episode of Like Talking About It. And I have that special guest again in the building, y'all. Yes, I have Miss Melinda Robinson again, y'all. And this time we just chopping it up. We just talking the talk, y'all. And I hope everyone tap in. Melinda, go ahead, girl. Introduce yourself.
Hey, what you mean introduce myself? It's saying right there on the screen. There y'all go.
She's a mess, y'all. Y'all, okay. Well, y'all see her name, and then I said it too. So I need to like let her do her own introduction, y'all. But I was just letting y'all know that if she was a guest in the building, okay. So yeah, what's up? What's up, my babies? I hope everyone tap in. Matter of fact, we're gonna go share this right here to see if people are gonna join in. I kind of left a title on the page about what it was gonna be about tonight. So I don't know if
Wow,
people
is it?
looked at it or ignored it. You know how people do. I mean, they'll see it and run straight through it, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm about to look on my phone, y'all, and I'm about to share it. So whoever tap in, y'all go share it too. How about that? Help us out a little bit, like talking about it. Come on with it and share it. And then we can really start going, getting in on the conversation.
Why I can't see nobody?
Because ain't nobody on there but one person right now.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
I'm like, what?
And we need that one person that is on to at least make a comment, a hello, or something so we can give y'all shouts out. Y'all
All
know
you
how
gonna
Mama
do
feel
is
like
scare
to
them. They
do.
gonna leave about the room.
Y'all know I like to give my shouts out. Like, yeah. Hey, Tiff. Yes, let's go. Come on, two more people.
Hey,
Give y'all comments, give a shout out, give a hello or something so we can give y'all shouts out. Come on, y'all know how we like to do. Y'all know. I like giving out the shouts outs and the thank yous and the shares. Y'all go share. Whoever's watching right now, go share, go share, go share, go share. Let's go. Yes. Hey, Tiff girl.
hey, girl. Hey, girl. Let me stop playing with my phone.
Okay, I just shared it. I think I shared it. Let me make sure. I think I shared it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I think. Let me go on my page. Make sure. Let me go on my page and make sure. I hope everyone is having a wonderful night. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all. Tomorrow Friday. I know y'all ready to go to work, come home, turn up. It's going down, right? Yes. Hey, my babies. Can you see that comment, Melinda?
Hey. Yeah, I see it. Hey, y'all.
Now, Tiffany, you know my baby's sick too now. Just to let you know. I don't know if Mo told you, but yeah, she's sick too. She
Oh,
came home
Lord.
early from school today. Yes.
Okay, so what I'm gonna need y'all good mamas to be doing is grab y'all a good bag of purple onion and make some onion soup. What we doing?
Okay, you see, you gotta get it, you gotta hey, let the recipe be known.
Like, come on now, y'all got sick cheering with ain't time, and you better put a piece of potato on their feet, and put them socks on at night, or you can even cut up a piece of onion and do the same doggone thing. Put it on their feet and put them socks on them and let them go to sleep and get them toxins up out them baby system. Like, what y'all doing? What we doing around here?
All right, y'all heard it first right here on like talking about it. Y'all go do that for them babies. Figure it out. I don't know, but my baby had a fever. She was hot as I don't know what. I was mad about it. I'm like, oh, I don't like the kids getting sick. And Tiffany baby sick. I'm like, oh, what is going on? But I know the time is changing. You know what I'm saying? Weather changing, and everybody gonna be sick in a minute. But like, no, not my babies. I hate that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So y'all, we gonna go straight to the topic. On last week's show, well, when we went live Monday, yeah, Monday
Yeah.
show, Melinda had brought up a topic that she felt like would be a good conversation. Melinda, what was it about, dear?
Um, Women being masculine.
Did y'all hear that? Okay, so how do you feel about that? Are you asking why are they the modern women masculine nowadays? Are you asking that? Or like how are you presenting that to the audience?
Um, well, I'm presenting it to the audience in a manner in which of who I used to be, because I learned over time, as we get older, we coming up as a child, we look up to our parents, and sometimes, in that generation, our mothers, well, I know my mother had separated from my father, so she was raising me as a single mom, and she instilled in me that, basically we don't need a man and to be independent women. So as you get older in life, you start to realize that you've been taught wrong, because we do need men, and independent is just a state of mind. And so as we started to make men feel as though they were no longer needed, they started to stop looking for us. And as you can see, we got a whole lot of same thing going on. So therefore, it's just we let the independence take over us, you know. And I was one of those people that did at one point let the independence take over me. But it's something about when you're able to be feminine and rest in that feminine energy that kind of let everything come to you. I don't know if anybody's really just watching my reels, but I say things on my reels, and as you watch my life start to unfold, you're like, wait a minute, she talked about that. She talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like, but you got to be in a place to receive it. And if you're, my main thing was I had a problem with accountability.
Okay.
And so as we start to be accountable, we have to be accountable for our actions as well as let others know what they did to cause us to feel this way. And after so many tries, you let it go. But for the main part, you got to be able to say what it is that you need to say, and not necessarily be nasty with it, but say what you got to say because you have boundaries and you're respectful with it, and leave it there.
Okay. So do you believe that society is making it like that nowadays? Because I
Most
mean,
definitely.
back in the day, the grandmas was very what's the word I'm looking for? To their husbands.
Submissive.
That's the word. Wait, when you don't even know the word, wait a minute.
But
What
that's
that
the
mean?
thing.
No, that don't mean
Like,
that to y'all. But back in the day, our grandmothers was very submissive to their husbands. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I mean, do you think that men take the word submissive nowadays in a different way now? Do they abuse the word submissive?
I'm gonna say that everybody have the word submissive wrong.
You feel
I
like
mean,
that?
submissive just simply means to get up underneath something and rise it to its fullest potential.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are. We're the neck. They're the head, but we're the neck. They can't move without us. But it doesn't necessarily mean that one has more power over the other. We work together. And we forgot how to work together.
Ah.
I mean, of course it was a setup, right?
Uh-huh.
When they first initially introduced housing and you couldn't have a man living with you, and it was a setup
Right.
to break up the black household, because of course the thing that they are all afraid of is black children being raised in a black household. That's just it, because they're going to come out better, you know, because without one parent being there, there's the absence in their child's life that they're longing for. And they tend to go out and get in trouble looking for what's missing. So therefore they're banking on it. And if we can't get it together to show them how they should be productive in the world, then they're going to just repeat the same thing whenever they get into a relationship. And it's a repetitive cycle. And the
Right.
thing is that we don't want to really accept our part. Yeah, we were left with babies. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say we as a whole, because I was a single mom too. So I was left with children, but I should have made better choices. Looking back on it now, I should have made better choices. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that they were the worst choices of my life. You know, I have 3 beautiful children and they are alive and well. They're doing good, you know, but I'm quite sure that they could have been better had there been, you know, a father figure in the household. And it's just that when you was taught something and you lived that, it's kind of hard to break away from that when you get older.
Right,
So
because it's
now,
installed in you. Like it's installed, like it's been pushed into you to feel like that and think like that. So of course it's gonna always be in your mind, in the back of your head, and that's how you gonna come up like that, because that's how it was pushed in your head and thought about. Yeah.
yeah. So at the end of the day, a man wants a helpmate, right? And let's go back to that word submissive, because I look at it this way. In the Bible, it speaks about how the woman was created from Adam's rib, right? But it spoke of the rib that was used was the curved rib. So I like to look at it as though when a man is putting or speaking to his woman, he should be able to straighten her out enough to bend her, but not break her.
Okay, that's deep.
And we should be able to be acceptive of that. We don't really know how to let a man lead nowadays. They're trying to tell you what it is, and you're not really listening. But I'm not saying just any man, because some men don't have a plan. Now, if the man have a plan for you, by all means, let him lead. If he ain't got no plan, then that's a whole nother topic. But we have to learn how to let the man lead. We want to take the reins and be controlling, and then when it's time to protect you, you looking at him and he like, well, shit, I thought you had it. I mean, you taking control of everything else.
Now let's think about this, Melinda. Let's speak on the youngsters. Let's speak on the younger kids that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real about it. Nobody is really caring about how we did it back in the day as older people. They doing it their way, right? Okay,
Right.
so you're saying that this is what we need to do as women, but these young women are not even thinking about that, because they have their own thing going. And this is where I believe the masculinity comes in, because they have their own money, they have their own car, they have their own house, like everything is there. So it's like I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be the dominant one in this relationship. So I mean, do you think that's a part of it, or I mean, how do you feel about that?
Okay, so basically you want kudos for being an adult. You're supposed to have your own car, your own house, and your own money. Everybody's supposed to come to that. If you meet someone and they don't have at least that, then you're dating below your means, or you're not even dating on your level, and then you wonder why it's not working. The Bible says you're supposed to be equally yoked.
Right.
So what you mean?
I mean, I'm saying like this is how the youngsters are looking. We know all about all that. What the Bible says, yeah, we get all that. We know this. I'm talking about the younger generation. Talk to the younger generation and help them to know how they're supposed, or how what I can say our expectations of what we believe it should be like. but we talking about their expectations and what they think it is now. So how do you go about talking to a young lady and asking them or helping them to understand how to be submissive to their man or their husband or anything like that at this time and era right now we're dealing with?
Well, for one, um, I would say if you're trying to be submissive to your man, then for one, you have to find out what make you happy. Because most of the time, females are only unhappy in a relationship because they don't know what makes them happy. They put too much time into the man and not into themselves. And they're always looking for him to happiness. So you have to find your own happiness and not look to him for every bit of happiness that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You have to date yourself. You got to have some alone time, some me time. You know, you have to be one with yourself so that you have to pour into your own cup so you can pour into somebody else's cup. That's number one. Number two is be your mouth. Like, we have a mouth on us, right? We give way with our words. But I feel as though you should never disrespect your man in public or disrespect your
Okay.
man around other people.
Okay.
Because as a woman, if you disrespect your man, then other people see that and they feel like they can disrespect your man too. So how can he protect you when you not respecting him in public and you're wanting him to protect you? It doesn't go like that. Like, he has to have the brains to lead in order to feel like he wants to protect you in the first place.
Okay.
I
That's
would say,
understandable, of course. Facts.
know your place. Know when it's time for you to be strong and when it's time for you to just let him win this one. We don't have to always have the last word. Just let him win that one.
Well, let me ask you this. Since you're saying that you think that you believe that women are being too masculine nowadays, do you think that men are being too feminist nowadays?
Oh, definitely. When he asks me, you go half.
So, is it a two-way street?
It is a two-way street.
I'm just like, is it a two-way street? I mean, because men want certain things also, but if the man not stepping up to the plate and the woman has to take full responsibility of everything, of course that masculine role going to come in, right? I mean, what you think?
Of course, the masculine role. What she said.
Read it. I can't see it.
That's true. That's true. As a
Hey, Opal
woman,
baby, I didn't know you was watching. You didn't even say hello or nothing, girl. I didn't know you was in. Thank you for tapping in, girl. She said, being submissive to a man is a natural reaction from a woman with somebody they love. A woman will know to whom they want to be submissive to. Kids today, though, are just out in there, not giving two F's about it. Period. And that's what I'm saying.
yes, I totally agree with that because submission isn't forced. It isn't forced. If you look into nature and you look at the lions, right? Like, it's only one lion and a whole group of lionesses and cubs. Like, they are the ones really out, going and getting the food and bringing it back home. But he's there to protect them should they come upon another lion or any danger. You know what I'm saying? So if you have to, first off, you have to know your worth so that you don't get with somebody that can't love you in the capacity in which you need to be loved, if that makes sense.
Tiffany say, okay, so what about when you've been submitting so long and it seems like it's not worth it. You can only shut up for so long. Wow.
Um, are we really submitting? Because us as women, it goes back to me, myself, taking accountability. I was thinking that I was being submissive when I really wasn't. I was really being, combative. I was really being competitive. I was being loudmouth. I was being controlling. So it goes back to us being taking accountability for our own actions. And so therefore it starts with controlling our emotions. Because a lot of it is just emotion. Me and their logic, and we're emotional. And if we don't control our emotions, it can it could be deadly.
I hear a lot of people saying that we are the emotional beings. I've been hearing that. But let me tell you something. This is what I have been noticing lately. Men are emotional too. Like they just probably don't show it like you know what I'm saying? But men are emotional too. They have an emotional side in them also. So we gotta stop just saying, women are logic too. That's the thing about the masculinity part. We're stepping into our logic side and stepping out of our emotional side. Do that make sense what I'm saying?
It does, but it only makes sense because, okay, I'm trying to stay in one topic, but I might have to bounce around.
It's okay. Just talk. I
Um,
mean, we don't, hey, it's like talking about it. Talk about it. Let's
us
go.
as women, we're only masculine because we're eating the wrong diet.
The wrong guidance.
The wrong diet.
Oh, you talking about food wise now.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're only
Come on,
masculine
give us
because
more
we're eating
about
the wrong
that. What do
diet.
you mean by that?
So, okay, when they kill an animal, right? Let's say that when they kill the animal is in fear, or the animal is whatever state that animal is in, it goes into the blood, right?
Uh-uh.
So as we're cooking this meat and we're eating it, that blood is then going to our bodies, therefore it's in our bloodstream. And we start to have that animalistic nature about ourselves instead of being soft and delicate like we used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say it has a lot to do with our diet.
Ah, and the reason why she's saying that, y'all, because she does the vegan cooking. She cooks vegan. So kind of tell them what the vegan stuff is for those that don't know.
It's just a plant-based diet.
My cousin is
Everything is
into
just
that plant
plant-based.
based stuff. My cousin, she have her own show with the plant based cooking, all the plant based food and everything. You need to do that too. I've been told you that. But yeah, look, Tiffany say she love vegan food. So you think
Yeah, but she left her rice up in here.
so okay, so you think you saying that the diet has something to do with what everybody's eating, women and men? Because
Well,
what type of meat would a man be eating and make him venom?
well, to be
I'm
honest,
just saying, like,
okay, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. To be honest, it's that food that y'all feeding him. The food, that food in the can. They did a whole study on it. The stuff that's inside of the cans, they did a study on frogs, right? So
okay,
it's a chemical that they use on cans in order to, put our canned green beans and vegetables in. They did the study to the frogs. So the girl frog turned into a boy frog, and the boy frog turned into a girl frog. So the more that you give them certain things in their diet, it does give a hormonal imbalance. You
oh,
ain't getting
so
rid
it
of that rice. I'm
does.
gonna eat that rice. But yes, it gives off a hormonal imbalance. So therefore, that's how come we're having more feminine and more masculine on other areas from, you know, our children and ourselves, our partners, whatever.
Wow, that's good information. I wonder how many people looked that up. Did anybody do some research on that? If not, y'all might need to do some research on that and see what that's about, what she's saying. Because, hey, maybe that is what it is.
I'll tell anybody, the first movie that I watched that changed my life was What the Health on Netflix.
Mm.
When you learn what they do with some of these animals and things, it is just.
That's so true. Oh, my goodness.
And then the fact that ever since, you know, the whole pandemic, have you noticed that the food don't taste the same?
I've been noticing it for a long time, actually. I've been noticing it for a long time. And then it was a subject came up that Charleston White had talked about on one of the shows he had did, and he was saying how everybody was talking about they don't like pork, they don't eat pork, but beef is like the worst food to eat, the worst meat to eat. Like
I
it's
don't
coming
know.
from a dead carcasses, and it was a lot. You gotta go check that out. And
I'm
I was
not
like,
gonna say I do, you know, do vegan, but I'm not gonna tell anybody to run out and be vegan because per the Bible we did eat meat at certain points. I would just say try your best not to consume meat for every meal, or at least cut it out for at least like 2 to 3 days out of your week if possible, to give your body a chance to digest some of that. And another thing I would say is don't drink cold water. Make sure that it's like room temperature. It helps the digestive system and everything to flow freely so that you can digest these things, because we was not made to eat some of this stuff. Like the process for the grocery store is, most of the food that is in the grocery store is on the outskirts of the store. The stuff in the middle is all the processed foods. And that's what we run to.
okay, right, right. That's true. Now going back to the women being masculine. Okay. So we saying, let's say this, like you have the woman in the household, the wife maybe or girlfriend or whatever, and she's out there getting her bread, she's doing what she have to do, taking care of the family and making the money. Even though the man might be making the money, but may not be making more money as her. Do that make her seem like she has the right to take on this masculine role?
The only reason why she's trying to take on the masculine role is because she haven't allocated her jobs.
Mm.
So we're only upset because we feel like if I gotta go to work and you go to work, then I shouldn't have to, something should be, you know, 50-50 up in this thing because we both want to work, right? But
Mm-hmm.
that just means that your jobs aren't allocated, because yes, it should be 50-50 if that's the way that you're doing it. But some people don't do it that way. So if you're not doing it that way, then that means that somebody needs to be hiring a maid to come up in there at least once a week. Or you need to think smarter and let's do some meal prep to where I'm meal prepping the meals at the beginning of the week so that we got food to eat all week. So I'm not coming in from work and I'm feeling all tired and I can't do this, I can't do that. Or better yet, we have a system to where everybody help out. Okay, well, I might put the clothes in the washer, but somebody come behind me and put them in the dryer, or somebody take them out the dryer and you the fold person. But when we start moving congruently and we're helping each other, then we got more time to really be a family and enjoy each other, because it's not all on one person. Because anytime you feel like it's all on you, you don't want to do it. Just another job.
Right.
So stop trying to be superwoman. I'm not gonna do it all. Somebody need to come in and help.
Wow. That's good. What if they don't have the help though? Even though the help is right there and they still just be one of them lazy niggas.
Is everything the man? Because if your house is in order, it's gonna work congruently for you. Because let's think about it this way: if the man was not there, how would your house be?
Right.
So
As a woman.
if so, all he is an added person, right? So therefore, yes, you want him to help out, but if you got a system going, it kind of go congruent. He just fall in place. Hopefully, you're getting a man that lets you know. A lot of times, us as women, we get a man out of a trauma bond versus getting a man that makes room for himself in your life. What I mean by that is that he provides a service when he comes into your life, something that you didn't know that you needed. You know what I mean? He provides a need there. But if he just come in and he don't provide a need, how y'all got together?
Right. Right. Okay, so okay, let's speak on nowadays again. When you say a man comes in with providing a need, what are the needs of women nowadays? What are the needs of a woman nowadays?
It depends on what kind of woman you are. Me
Right.
myself, the needs of me is I'm complex, but I'm simple, or I'm simple, but I'm complex. It depends on what aspects you're asking because first off, I'm gonna need somebody that not necessarily speaks my love language, but understand it enough to where they can help me through it. So, I would say someone who is open to communication,
Mm.
someone who has plans. Number one, you gotta have plans. You can't come to me and just think we just gonna fly by night and the next thing you know you ask the question, well, what are we? I hope you got plans from the giddy up because I got plans. I know what I want in the beginning. So I'm gonna need you to fall in line with what it is that, you know, I want. And if you can't, then it's okay. It was nice knowing you. I don't have a problem moving out the way. There's no hard feelings. We could still be friends. Yeah, all that. But we're not gonna waste any more time because
But look
I'm
how
not
you
getting that
saying it.
young.
Look how you saying it. Look how you just said that. That was kind of controlling how you just said that.
No,
Yeah.
well, okay.
That was kind of controlling how you just said
Maybe
it.
my
Like,
tone, but in a more nice. Okay, I'm on here. I wouldn't say that like that, of course. I will be more like I see that right now. This where I'm at in my life. We're not in the same space. It's not you. It's not me. It's just not the right time. That's it. There's no hard feelings.
right. Because
But
you already know what you have planned and what you want to do in your life. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that understands what you want and and how you want to go about your relationship and what you want to do. So you want somebody that's gonna come together and say, hey, I understand, let's work on it. Or you know what I'm saying?
right, you definitely got to be able to talk. You
Right.
got to be able to talk. You got to be able to lighten the mood because I'm not when I get upset or something bothers me, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to be quiet because I need to think about it. Because if it doesn't bother me in the next hour or two, it might not have been that big. But if it still bothers me, in a 24-hour period, and I have not been able to calm down from it, then yeah, we need to have a discussion because I shouldn't feel that way. And, a lot of times we don't always know how to have that first initial conversation, but then a lot of times guys, they hear we need to talk. Them words right there, they kill a man's pride. We need to talk.
Why do you feel like that?
So when a man hears a woman say we need to talk, first thing they think, oh shit, here come bullshit. Here come, here come bullshit. So, you know, we gotta find a different way of saying it.
So it's all about changing the mind frame, learning and relearning.
Exactly.
Because we have been taught a certain way. Let's just be honest. Through
Mhm.
all our generations, we have been taught a certain way, traditional way. Um, the man is supposed to do this and the woman is supposed to do that in a traditional way. That's how we have all been taught years and years and years. This is like been going on. Okay. So nowadays it's changing, it's evolving. It's like I said, the younger girls are like, well, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not fit to be this housewoman that you want me to be. I'm fit to get out there and get it. Because, like I said, back in the day, it was like, okay, the woman stay home, the man go out there and work, whoop de whoop. So that's what I mean by, do you think society is changing the way that it's going right now? I mean, because like I said before, the younger girls are not thinking like that. And when you say expectations from a man, only thing the younger girls is thinking about expectations is money. Do y'all have the bread? Where the money at? Yeah, I need my bills paid. I need my hair done. I need all this done. I mean, that's all they thinking about.
So they looking for another adult to help them adult.
Basically,
Accountability.
the women need to take more accountability for their own actions and for what they need, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
But when they do that, though, that's when the masculine role comes in.
Is it really a masculine role or is it independence? Because sometimes
Come on, talk about it.
we look at independence or being goal oriented and all this as being masculine on one hand. But then on another hand, when you're in a household and you have working components, it doesn't look the same. It's only
Okay.
looked at that way because it's from a single place. But when you're in a two household and it's a working component, it doesn't come off as such. Because, for instance, if you told a kid something, I'm quite sure your husband gonna be right behind you to, forward, be behind what you said.
The decision you make, yes.
So therefore, you just have to double up on that bass in your tone when it's just you versus when it's not you. So you have to know when to lose the bass in your tone for it to work to your advantage.
That's good. You have to know when to lose the bass of your tone, ladies. Hey, it's easier said than done nowadays, though.
Definitely, definitely.
It's most definitely easier said than done. I mean, like I said, especially if that woman feels like she is that dominant one in the household.
What? Why?
Why should she feel like she's the dominant one in the household? Because she's taking care of everything again. Now, don't get me wrong.
You
I'm not
only
saying that
taking care
all
of
men.
everything because just you want to. That's what you want to do. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. See if it get done.
Mm. So you saying like take a break from it. Like stop trying to
Exactly.
run everything, stop trying to control everything, and just be like, see if the man gonna step up and do his part.
Baby, look, when he gets tired, we only running ourselves crazy. It's gonna get done.
Regardless.
Regardless.
That's if
Like
the
what?
understanding is there.
Huh?
That's if the understanding is there.
If the understanding is there,
Yeah.
what understanding needs to be there? They both, y'all live there, right?
She say, Tiffany say, okay, I feel that. Stop doing it. Wow, that's a word. No, that is a word.
Like they live there too, right?
I mean, but yes, but I mean, at the same time, though. So, okay, so what you're saying is we giving too much lenient on the man because we trying to be this dominant force.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when we
See,
do that,
all
do
you
you
doing is
believe that
showing
the
that,
men is?
showing
Do you
him that you
think the
could do
men is taking
everything.
advantage of that though nowadays?
Yeah. You showing me
And they
that you
like,
could do
oh, since you
everything. What do
want
I
to
need
do
to
it, well,
step
go
in
ahead.
for?
Like, huh?
If you showing me that you could do everything, what do I need to step in for? I'm gonna let you do it. Don't need
Right,
no help. You got that. Go ahead.
right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Be feminine. I can't do a damn thing by myself. I can't light my own cigarette. I can't open my own bill. I can't open my own door. Baby, I'm helpless when I'm in the presence of a man. You understand me? That's it.
So it's basically you just letting a man do his part being a man, is what you're saying.
Exactly. They only want to do their part when they feel like they need something to do. If it ain't nothing for them to do, what we doing that for?
Do they have any men like that out there anymore? Do you believe?
Yes, ma'am.
You think they still got them out there?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Girl.
ma'am. They do.
Well, I tell you one thing, they got to be some old damn men. I tell you that because these youngsters
It
ain't
ain't
doing
even
it.
it ain't even necessarily the older men.
These youngsters not doing it. No.
Let me tell you something.
If
When
you find
you
a youngster do that, that
when
means
you
they
are
was
no
raised right
longer
or
an
something. Like,
option,
girl,
when you're no longer when you're no longer an option, a man will change. You understand what I'm saying? For some reason, we feel like we gotta take whatever they dish out. No, I don't. I can bag up from the plate, from the table. No, I don't care what you bring to the table. You could be a millionaire. If I don't like what you're serving, I don't have to sit there. We always take and feel like, oh, we could change them. What we changing them for?
no. No, let's get this out there. Women, you cannot change a man. A man has to change himself. Let's just get that out there. You cannot change a man, okay?
Sometimes you gotta do your little test to see what kind of manners he got. Are we asking the right questions when you first meet them? Where you see yourself in the next 2 years? What are your intentions with me? How's your relationship with your mother? How's your relationship with your family, with your kids if you have any? Like how often do you see your children? Like, come on, we gotta start asking the hard questions. We gotta start having real conversations.
Conversations, yeah.
We're
But
in
like you say, they
situations
scared of
because we,
conversations.
huh?
Like you say, they scared of conversations. You say every
Well,
time you
that's
say, okay, we need to talk, they be like, oh Lord, here we go. Here we go with the BS. Like they don't even want to sit down and like, wait a minute. I'm not even saying nothing wrong. We just talking. We just having a conversation. Like, but it just always gonna be, they feel like it's always gonna be something behind the conversation, right? It's
it depends on your delivery.
and it goes back to the delivery. And it goes back to the tone, women. I like that. I like that. Very informative. Now I need women to tap in. Now we got 4 people on here. Look, women, what y'all think? Tiffany's the only one making comments. We got 4 people in.
I
Y'all,
know.
what do y'all think about this conversation tonight? Let's talk about it like talking about it. And if some men, y'all go share the video because I want to hear some men's opinion too. I want to see what the men have to say about this topic, about this conversation. So y'all go share the video and let's see if we can get some men to have something to say because I know they got something to say.
Right.
They always
Another
talk about
thing,
it.
like we as women, we gotta stop putting our business out in the street. I know we get mad and Facebook is here for us to rant and rave, but some things we shouldn't put out. And another thing that I learned from a married couple that has been married for a long time is that within not putting people in your business, let's say we could have been and just had an argument before we leave the house. But when we get to the get together, ain't nobody gonna know. I'm fixing your plate. I'm kissing you, baby. What you need? You know what I'm saying? But once we get back to the house, oh, I'm still mad.
Right.
It's all a united front, and that's what you have to have at all times.
Okay, Tiffany say, I think I'm just stubborn. I'm so loving this. Girl, oh, that's good, Tiffany. So Melinda, do you think women are just stubborn?
It's not that we're stubborn. We don't know how to take accountability.
So it goes back to taking accountability for
Because accountability
our own actions.
Accountability has everything to do with not only accepting our actions, but accepting how our actions made us feel.
Right.
You know, and accepting the consequences of our actions. Sometimes we do things and then we don't want any consequences behind it. Well, we can't take back them words after we said them. That's just like taking a plate and you drop it on the ground and you break it, and then you pick it back up and you done glued it back together. Yeah, it's put back together, but that plate will never be the same because guess what? Ain't nobody eating off that plate. They scared they're gonna get glass in their mouth whenever they trying to eat the food. Hell no, you can keep your damn broken up plate. Same thing.
Wow.
You can't take them words back.
That's real right there. You right.
You can't take them words back after you done said them. Now, what you can do is ask them, can I get a moment? Give me a moment so I can sit with these thoughts. I feel as though I'm a little upset right now. I might not actually be upset or have a reason to be upset, but for the moment, let me sit with these feelings and see what's going on. It's okay to ask.
Well, let me ask you this then. What about apology?
What about
do you think that women have a hard time expressing their apology to men because they're not taking the accountability of their own actions?
Women don't apologize. All they do is get naked.
Oh, girl, shut up!
Get naked or ask some dumbass question. You know what
hey Mo, girl,
like Sue down the street did or something. You know what I'm saying? We don't apologize. We get naked. Hey Mo.
That girl say women don't apologize.
We don't. He's just supposed to know like that.
Why do you believe it's like that though? Why? Because they're not taking accountability of their own actions. Is that what it is? Like, why do you think that is?
Taking accountability is harsh truth. Like I said, you get to choose your actions. You don't get to choose your consequences. We don't want to take all that in. Say that was my fault. That was me. That's the hardest part. And then when he do something, I tell anybody, if you could forgive a man, you could forgive anybody. That means your family included.
Wow, why do you say that? That's deep right there. Tell me why you say that.
He ain't your blood.
That's true.
He done drug you to your lowest of low, and you kept on forgiving him. But your cousin bought your hot pink shirt, and it ripped, and now you can't talk to her ass no more.
Ah, wow. That's deep right there. Mo, you just joined in, Mo, and the topic is: do you believe that modern women are masculine, and why do you feel like that? And we just expressing our opinions, only opinions, you guys. This is how we're feeling in our minds and our hearts about that situation. How do you feel about that, Mo?
Now, why you gotta single her out like that?
No, I'm saying we have 4 people watching, and she just tapped in, and I know she probably have a comment. I know she do, and if she don't, that's fine too. But I'm just saying, like, because this is reality. We talking about real life situations on like talking about it, and this is what's going on today in the world. And a lot of women is stepping up to the plate, and they stepping up to the plate, but people are feeling like they're being masculine as they step up to the plate. Like I said, before. Yes, they say we are emotional beings, women are emotional beings, and men are more logical, however you said it. That's true. That's the way it's been since generation to generation, right?
Right.
It's been like that, right? Okay, well, nowadays it's different now. Things are changing. Things are changing, you know? And I'm just saying, like, I want to know how people feel. Like, what do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about it? Because you said that it's the reason why is that. Thank you. I told you she had an opinion on it.
That's true.
Most say,
But
I think
the
we are not masculine, just more independent. Because me do less than what women expect them to do or be responsible for. Come on now.
okay, so are you expecting, or did y'all make a agreement? Are you expecting something that y'all never talked about?
Or do it, or do it depend on how the woman was raised? Because, like I said, we was raised differently. You know what I'm saying?
And
Nowadays, I'm gonna say this. Nowadays, let's compare us to the young ladies nowadays. The young ladies nowadays don't have a mom that can like teach them how to be a woman. You know what I mean? They don't have that nowadays. So nowadays they just doing it however they feel. But see, when you have kids that's like Mo and my kids, our kids' age, they have been taught how to be a woman and what to do in a household, and you know, but they don't have that nowadays. As
that's
these
correct.
young kids are growing up, these young girls are growing up, they don't have that. Oh, come on. Most say we as women sometimes over expect because our minds are trained to think men are supposed to do this and that. Come on.
What this and that are you saying that men are supposed to do?
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying about how we was raised from our mamas, from our grandmamas. This is how we was raised. We expect men to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
This my take on it. Right now, we in a time and elevation period where us as women, like I said before, the reason why we are in a masculine state is it's a number of things. One is our diet. Two is because it was a setup from the beginning when they separated us, and I say because we just at a place where we don't know how to be happy in ourselves. We try so hard to make everybody else happy that we are not happy. So it's coming off as though we expecting everybody else or expecting so much of the man when really we need to look inside ourselves, and once we get happy inside, everything else is gonna flow. As you're taking on too much, it's causing you to be angry and bitter and all of these other things. But when you alleviate the problem, it helps. It's not so much that you expect the man to do so much, but most of the time a man gonna show you what they gonna do for you in the beginning anyway. A lot of women, they miss that, and they accept what little is given, and then later on want to require something what you didn't require it in the beginning, so he's not going to give it to you now. You got to come in
Right.
on what it is that you require.
And
Because
that
if you're
goes back
asking
to
him to
when,
change it later in the game, he's going to have a problem with it. Well, you didn't require this in the beginning.
yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying about the requirements. What are women expecting from the man now? What do they require now from the men? And most said sometimes we meet a man before we can provide for you, before he can provide for you the way you want or expect him to. Then we be ready to give up without giving him a chance to get where he needs to be. Mm. So my question again is, what are the requirements that a woman feels like a man has to do? Tiffany say,
if a
I
man
watch my
cannot
mama
provide,
take.
he gotta have the heart and be willing to provide, and when he's able.
Tiffany say, hell, I watch my mama cash my dad check.
Okay.
Girl. Okay, so
We okay. Okay.
I
This is
did
what
too,
I'm talking
Tiffany.
about.
Trust me. My mama took all of that damn bread. What you mean? I get it.
But that was what they was doing in them times. They would come home and bring the damn check.
But that goes back to what was that wasn't her only expectation of your dad though, Tiff. That
It
wasn't her
wasn't,
only
but I'm
expectation
just
of
saying
him.
the men were more willing to provide, and that's what I mean. He was willing to provide. If
Right.
it's the difference when they with you and they'll watch you struggle. That's not the kind of man that we're talking about. We talking about a man that's willing to provide. He might not have it right now, but he got goals and dreams, and he's telling you how he plan on getting it. Yeah, you sit down with that one. But if he ain't got no plans, no goals, no nothing, he just y'all just living day to day, every day.
Right.
Paycheck to paycheck. Y'all ain't got no plans.
Right.
Y'all ain't elevating. That's not what this is. We know a man that has potential, a man that is going to do something versus, I know that's it. She used to be at the game. What? She's silly as hell.
Oh my goodness, she ain't lying though. She's
Look.
speaking facts, and that's my sister, y'all. So y'all know, I know that's why I'm laughing over here because yeah, it was about
See, that's
that.
why I gave
I mean, it
Shirley a
wasn't
reading,
about
because
that,
you
but
ain't
at
gonna
the
be
same time, she made sure that
girl, look.
she made sure that he was providing. I mean, at the end of the day, that's real talk. She made sure that he was providing. But I'm talking about providing in a different way because sometimes money is not all that. You want to make sure your household is taken care of. I get that part. But what other ways do women expect men to provide for them? Not just
Emotionally.
yeah, emotionally. Like, come on.
I'm
Like,
not saying be a feminine man, but I need you to have emotional intelligence. That means if I'm sitting up here crying, that don't mean walk out the door. That don't mean go in the other room. That don't mean it's something bothering me. You ain't gonna tap in? Babe, what's going on with you?
right.
Sometimes we just need a hug.
Mm.
So I don't need you walking around the house and on eggshells and tiptoeing instead of just, well, baby, it look like you need to converse about something. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you think men need hugs too?
Yeah. They need them more than we do. Because they ain't got nowhere that they can go be soft at.
Right. 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 But see, that's the thing. I mean, I be playing devil's advocate. I be on both sides. I'm not gonna lie,
Me
because I've
too.
been seeing both sides of this every situation of the situations that we're talking about, from the man's point of view and from the female's point of view. But like I told you before, like some men are emotional and some men do need hugs. But at the same time, when a man get a hug, that's gonna break them down. And some men be like, I don't want no goddamn hug because I'm gonna break down. You know what I'm saying? So just let me be macho. Let me be macho. I don't need a damn hug. But at the same time, they really do need a hug.
They really do.
But they don't want it because they're afraid of taking on that I guess I don't know. Like some men have been taught that it's not cool to cry.
Okay, so when you say that, Mo, it's more like knowing your partner's love language or their, that's what I mean when I say being emotionally intelligent. I'm a person that I crave touch. So if you see me kind of getting jittery, my man, he gonna touch me. He gonna hug me. He gonna give me a kiss, whether it's on my forehead, on my neck, or something. He kind of know, okay, she getting a little antsy. She might, she just cut me with them words a little bit. Come here, girl. Come here. You did. Come here. Let me kiss you. You
Like,
know what I'm
what's
saying?
going on with you?
Some men, they have that emotional intelligence to just move because they already know, oh shit. Her period about to come on. Let me go to the store and get these chocolates and this candy and get a couple of movies or something, you know. But they have that emotional intelligence antenna going up to say that, hey, I need to appeal to her emotional side. She's a little offbeat today. She needs a little bit more love from me today. She needs a little bit more attention from me today. That's not saying I need him to read my mind. There's a difference.
Right, that's what Mo said. Mo say we have to learn how to communicate with our men. They can't read our minds. We expect them to know when we in certain moods, but they are not as observant as we are. Wow.
That goes back to those conversations. Or you having the conversations with him to let him know, I like it when you do this. I don't like when you do this. See, we always tell them what we don't like, but we forget to tell them what we do like, so that they could kind of make that mental checklist, you know, that she likes it when I do this. I might need to do that more often.
And she also said to know our love language, we must first communicate with them so that they can understand that what we expect from them. Okay, so some men don't know how to read our energy or misread it. Oh,
yeah.
Right.
You have to be able to have that conversation with them to let them know, you know, and don't always tell them all the bad stuff. A man don't want to hear all the time. Every time you talk to him, you tell them everything that's wrong. Tell them what's right. Tell them, you know, you did good today. You know, you did that thing today, and it really made me smile. It brightened up my day. It made my whole day. You know, sometimes we forget to get goofy. That's what made him fall in love with us in the first place. Get goofy.
Yes,
sometimes.
That's true. That is so true. Most say that is so true.
We let life just take over, and we forget to get goofy sometimes.
That's true. You're right about that. Yes, sometimes we do forget that. That's why you gotta, like, come on, it gotta be some type of laughter. I mean, that's an expectation for me too. Like, laughter, like, bring joy, happiness. Like, it don't always have to be so serious. Everything doesn't have to be so serious all the time. You know what I mean?
My advice to anybody, when you need to have a in-depth conversation with your mate. Exactly.
She said we forget how to flirt with our men.
Right, what you doing? You got to be able to switch people, like you switch some wigs. So you be somebody new for your man every day. I understand why y'all been together forever. So, you know what I'm saying?
Shut up, Melinda. Wait, I had to catch on to what you said. You get on my nerves. Be quiet.
I'm just saying.
Yes, ma'am. I be trying to switch it up. Like, hold on, let me go look like this today. Hell, exactly. Sometimes I just be like, forget it. I'm like, ugh. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I advise anybody, when you have to have an in-depth conversation, don't do it in the place where you make love. Because we don't want to torment the area where we make love. We want that to be a sacred place. You know what I'm saying? Try not to have those hard conversations in the bedroom. Secondly, I would say have them outside. It's something about when you breathing in that air, it gives you the freedom to just flow with it and say what's on your mind, what's on your heart. Walk and talk. Talk and walk.
Get out the house.
Out better.
Get out the house. Go do something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would help out a lot also. Like, get out the house. Let's go do something. Hell, if it ain't nothing but going to the park, water park or something, like, just like get out the house. Like, come on.
Go get some ice cream or something.
Right.
It's cheap. You can do that. Go share a meal. Go half on a meal. Go get y'all a meal and share it. You know, remind you of them times when y'all was poor before y'all had the money.
See, just that part. Lord, somebody no, for real. Mo say, man, I curse that man out and make love to him all in the same room. Girl, what? That energy ain't going nowhere.
God, dog, did somebody fix it?
So just say somebody fix it. That's a real talk though. Like, I mean, communication is a big part of it though. Like you said, Melinda, that is a huge part of it. Not only communicating, but getting an understanding.
Okay, so
That
let me
is
ask you something. You being a woman that's been married for all those years, do you still believe in don't go to bed mad?
hell, I go to bed mad all the time. I'll be mad as hell sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all know I keep it 100. I don't like talking about it. Y'all know that. Stop playing with me. Yeah, I do go to bed mad. I'm not gonna even sit here and lie. Hell, to me, that's who came up with that. That was in the Bible. Was that in the Bible? Hell, cause if it was, Father forgive me. Cause yeah,
I mean, it wasn't necessarily in the Bible. However, it's something that was taught, I guess you would say. You know, you don't go to bed mad for the simple fact that your partner isn't guaranteed to wake up the next day.
that's
And for
true.
you to have that on your heart, you know, that the last words that you said to that person was fuck you, motherfucker. You know, come on. It's just some
I don't
things
go
you just
that
gotta
far
let
with it.
go.
I mean, maybe I do when I'm drinking. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't go that far with it. I know I don't do all that, but I'm the type of person I don't hold grudges though, Melinda. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll be wrong, but I know what I say, and then I apologize sometimes. But like you say, we don't like to apologize. But I apologize sometimes
Women don't
if I
apologize. They
believe that
just
I
show up
am
naked
wrong.
or they ask you a dumbass question to make you laugh. It's either or. That's all you're gonna get.
If what?
I said we don't apologize. We either gonna show up naked or we're gonna ask you a dumbass question to make you laugh. It's either or.
Mm, girl, please. It all depends on who you dealing with. Mo, what you said? Oh shoot. Uh, she said, it's understood where you coming from. She said, yes, don't go to bed mad. I believe it. You
Thank
believe it,
you.
Mo? Yeah, that's what they say. But how real is that?
It's really hard.
That's what
It's
I
really, really
say.
hard.
We're not finna fake the funk on like talking about it. Yeah, that's the saying. Don't go to bed mad, make it right, woo woo woo. But let's be real. How many people really do that? Like,
It
please.
you be surprised how many people actually do it for the simple fact that once you understand why, you'll understand the madness behind it. Because for one, you going to bed mad. Um, that's too much time for thoughts, wrong thoughts to be going through both of y'all damn head. In the morning, y'all wake up, you still got the same attitude. Now he going to work, you going to work, y'all ain't no telling what's gonna be out there. You just opening the door for the devil to come in and play into your relationship. So what you doing?
Right.
Go ahead and get it out the way, consummate that thing again, go to sleep and fuck it.
I mean, that's easier said than done because everybody don't have the mind frame as that, Melinda. Some people will hold on to it, hold grudges and be still mad about it, or what if
But
you don't? Okay, well, what if that person don't get the apology that they looking for? Do you
oh,
still
that's
hold
a
on
big
to
one.
that, or
That's a big
or
one.
do you let it go and
Accountability.
be like, look, forget it. I'm not expecting it. I'm now. I know I'm not gonna get it, so I'm not expecting it. So I'm not even for the trip on it. Do you keep on holding the grudge, or do you let it go?
It still go back to accountability, like I just said. You expecting somebody to give you something that they don't know how to give you. Even if he was to apologize to you, it's still not going to be in the words that you want to hear it.
Ah,
He could say it, but you're not going to hear it.
Most ain't not saying I'm gonna make up ASAP, but I'm gonna mentally let the situation go before I close my eyes. You gonna let it go. This is what I'm saying. That's why I say it all depends on the person, because you can let it go mentally in your mind, but that your spouse or your boyfriend might haven't let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But again, it still go back to accountability.
So what do you do? Do you apologize? Even if you don't like to apologize? Especially the women, like you said, women hate to apologize. So do you apologize? Even if you believe that you know in your heart that you right, do you still apologize?
Does right means more than keeping your relationship intact? Okay.
She say I'm leaving to just go my butt to
She
sleep.
say I'm learning to just go my ass
Oh,
to
I'm
sleep.
learning. Well, how is that
Lord.
make okay, Tip, how is that making it right by you just going to bed? Like, so it's no communication, everybody's mad, we both mad, so we just gonna go to bed, wake up the next morning, like Melinda said, everybody, you go to work, you do whatever you do. Okay, so y'all just mad. Don't talk, come home, you still don't talk. So how is that making the situation better? What needs to be done to make the situation better? Apology, period, right?
Communication, period.
Communication. You said communication. Communication and apology is two different things. So do you
Because
apologize?
with communication comes understanding.
Right.
With understanding comes a unity. We're not gonna keep making the same mistakes, and we're not gonna keep having to have the same conversation if we understand each other.
But with
You can
understanding,
apologize, and I can accept it. But if okay, a person can apologize and not know what they're apologizing for, so they're bound to repeat it. If I don't know what I'm apologizing for, I'm just apologizing to you just because that's what you want to hear. But I'm
right.
bound to repeat the action because I didn't understand what I did wrong in the first place, for which I'm apologizing for. She said, I like to fight when I argue, so sleep is the.
No, no, we're not doing the abusive thing. We're not talking about putting hands on each other. No, you don't put hands
If
on.
you got to
No,
put
we
your
don't
hands
do
on them,
that.
that ain't the right person.
That's we don't
Love does
agree with
not
the
hurt.
abuse situation. We
And if
don't put
you're
hands on
abusive,
each
you
other.
might need to seek some help.
That's
You
where the
ain't supposed to be beating
communication
up on
comes
no
in.
man.
And guess what? Melinda did say when you speak with the communication, we as women have to know how to lower our tone. What y'all think about that?
So I was taught that if me and you are in a relationship, right, and we're out to eat, and we're in a booth, and we're having an argument, should nobody be able to know that we are in an argument? Our voices should not raise no higher than our communication level.
Oh, you saying like when you're out and about?
Exactly.
Okay.
So it should be the same way, even if you're at home or wherever you are. If you're having a miscommunication, it doesn't have to get loud. It doesn't have to get to a point where you're fighting. It doesn't have to go there. Is what I'm saying. When you can effectively communicate, there's no need for the added anger.
But listen, but how do you say when it's effective communication when each one of you guys are trying to make your point? To me, it comes back to listening, because if we both trying to get our points across, somebody's not listening, right? So that
Exactly.
means we're going to continue to go at it because we're not listening to each other.
Exactly. See, I could. We want men to listen, right? But the problem is not them listening. They hear differently than we do.
Okay.
Just as well as a man could have a conversation with me, and I'm gonna hear what I hear. He can. It could be a man sitting next to me that heard the same conversation, and you ask him, he heard something different. We pick and choose what we want to hear by the words that triggers us.
Oh, girl, that's so facts. Yes.
So even though he's communicating with us, if we don't understand what he's communicating, it's not that he didn't listen, and vice versa. It's not that you
Vice
didn't
versa,
listen,
of
you
course.
just
It's
didn't
no, it's,
hear
we're not
what he
single
said.
any. We talking about both sides, okay, you guys. So don't like make it look like we just saying one side. We're talking about both sides, okay. Yeah, because trigger words, I mean, like you say, they can hear it, but they don't. That's for everybody. We can hear it, and only hear one certain word that stood out to our ears the most, and then that blows up, and you be like, "Well, wait a minute, did you hear everything else I said, or
I
you
took
just
off
heard
after
that
first
one
word.
particular sentence I said?
After
What
we
about the
heard that
rest I
one
said
trigger
after that?"
word, ain't nothing left. We took off. We took off.
Right.
We didn't hear nothing else. We heard nothing else.
So how do we go about fixing that problem?
Oh God.
Yep, my Amber Alert came on too.
Okay, well I'm still hearing it. Okay, stop.
Child abduction in Livingston, TX. Victim is 2-week-old white female, Sunny Mylike, who was last seen wearing pink shirt and diaper. Suspect is a white female non-custodial mother who absconded with the child. Call 911 with information.
Wow.
Damn, it just
Amber Alert just disrupted everything, but that's a baby. So I hope they find that baby.
okay.
Wow. Y'all excuse the Amber Alert. It ain't our fault. But that baby needs to be found. That's a baby. Oh my goodness. I'm praying for it right now. Please find them. Wow. That's probably on some relationship problem that we talking about right now. Like, yeah. But please find the baby, y'all. Y'all send prayers out to that baby. For real, for real.
Okay, now I only got one damn cell phone. Why am I hearing it again?
It's probably coming through my phone. Yep, that's what it was. I just shut it down. Because my phone is connected. So it's probably coming through my phone. But yeah, that's good. So I'm going I'm going back to the topic. So all the things that we said tonight, is that what makes women feel masculine?
The whole world see black women in particularly as masculine. We have
Why
to
is
work
that?
harder. We have to work harder to appear feminine because what has been put on our plate. We have basically become black men. We provide, we take care of the home, we do everything, we do the cars, we do the there's nothing that we don't do. So therefore we have replaced the black man. We got to give him something to do. And because we don't sit there and wait long enough, because our patience is very slim. I'm gonna ask you once, do this. Oh, okay, you ain't gonna do it. Oh, okay, well I got it. Don't worry about it. No, just give them a little bit more time.
Okay. So again, I'm just gonna ask this one more time. What do you believe is the responsibilities of a man in a household?
In a household.
Not just the men that just out there, single men doing whatever they want to do. No, I'm talking about the men in the household. What do you believe is their responsibility in the household with their wife, their spouse, whatever you want to call it?
Okay, so in a household, I would say that the man's responsibility would be, of course, we want to say provide, but in this day and age, there is a need for two incomes. So it's kind of hard for a man to provide. So therefore, I would say that he would need to provide a safe, stable place for her emotional, for her to be free emotionally.
Hey, Unc, what's up? He say, Claude, have mercy. No, I'm glad you tapped in, Unc, because I know you have a lot to say on this. So drop some comments from a man's point of view. Drop some comments on it because you've been listening. You right there listening to me. So what you feel about it? Let the people know how a man feel about it because they know other men tapping in. Okay, that's
Oh
not my
Lord,
phone right there.
give me a second. 1 second.
Tap in on it, Unc. From a man's point of view, we just chopping it up. We just chopping it up on like talking about it, just trying to figure it out.
I'm coming.
Yeah, what you mean, no ma'am? Talk about it. Let's talk about it like talking about it on the Like Talking About It show. Let's go. Yes, I wish they had more men tap in because I want to hear men's opinions. Like, what y'all gotta say? Like, how do y'all feel about this? Do y'all believe as
You
men,
say no, ma'am.
that women are
Lord.
becoming more masculine? And if so, why do you believe that? If you don't like it, why you don't like it? I mean, express yourself. Let's talk about it.
To stand up, be a provider, and make your family feel love and not need nobody else and be happy. Wait, is she saying is that for the man?
Yeah, she says she feel like that is the man's what I asked you, I forgot what I asked you, but yeah,
What
I
their
didn't
job
use it in
is?
those terms, but yeah, that is what she feel like.
Put it back up again. Let me see that again. Okay. Now turn that around and ask you, do you do the same for him? I understand about the provider part. Yes, he should be a provider, but she said play a sport, period. I understand that he should be a provider. However, like I said, it goes back to in this day and age, we need basically two incomes in order to make it. So yeah, you're gonna still have to go to work. Whether you or like myself that's finally said, you know what, if I could listen to the white man, then I know damn well I could listen to a man. To my man. Cause when you go to work, your boss telling you what to do. You ain't doing all that damn talking back. So therefore, and you read the reason why is because you know that's your bread and butter. So therefore, if they could tell you what to do, why he can't tell you what to do? So
Okay.
it's just we stuck on he's supposed to provide, but there's more to providing than just money. There's more to providing than just money. He's providing security in the home. He's providing that male figure for the children. He's providing an emotional space for you, because if you like myself that don't have many friends, you probably wanted that man telling him everything. He got to be your damn best friend.
Real talk, facts.
So he's providing, and while he's doing all this, you're expecting him not to change, but sometimes he gonna get tired too. Because when he comes to you with his problems, you don't want to hear
that. Yeah, I get that. I mean, me myself, I don't mind. I love listening to my husband's problems. I have no problem with that at all. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be a listener. I'm here to be a supportive person, that supportive wife. You know what I'm saying? And to like give him positive outlooks on things. That is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Everything can't be negative like all the time. If you already dealing with a negative environment, you shouldn't have to come home and deal with a negative environment also. You understand what I'm saying?
He don't want to go to work and take on the world. They have to come home and fight you too.
Right. That's crazy to me. So I try to like give that positive feedback on whatever he's dealing with outside of the house. Like if you're dealing with something, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I try to throw something positive out there to them and tell them, look, don't even worry about it. You can't let that get to you. You got to keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let the outside mess with you. Don't let it affect you as being a man, because you still are a man. So don't let that mess up your train of thought and what you have to do because of the outside and what they feel, because who cares about what they feel? They're not doing nothing for you. You are providing. You are doing everything that you're supposed to do, or that you think you're supposed to do. So why would you let the outside world affect how you're dealing with your situation or dealing with anything,
Right, but what you're doing is you're speaking life into him, and a lot of times we forget to do that. We so mad that we.
This damn Amber Alert is aggravating. I don't know if it's from my computer or what, but it keep popping up. But what you were saying, go ahead.
We forget to speak life into our men.
Mm-hmm.
And when you speak life into him and you're pouring into him and you're praying for him, that goes a long way.
Yes, ma'am.
We're constantly telling him what we don't like, how things ain't right. We need to give them more praise. Like I said, our men, our black men, are the ones that don't have an avenue or a outlet for them to go and just really say what they need to say, or we do, but to an extent, because we are our worst critic. Like women, we do not get along. And we put that pressure on men to be our friend because we can't get along as women, to have a friend, to have a person that you can decompress with. And we're putting more pressure on them. So if we're going to do all of that and put pressure on them, we have to speak life into them as well.
You know what? That's crazy that you say that women don't get along. I mean, I feel that I agree to disagree with that, because actually men don't get along. Men can't stand each other, as we see with all the killings that goes on. That's because they hate on each other. For what reason? I have no idea. I mean, I have an idea, but goddamn, that shouldn't be taking place. I think women can get along better than men. Women can get together. We can talk. We can chop it up. We can have fun together. I mean, it all depends on your circle. I mean, because you're going to always have one negative person in your circle, of course, always. But as women, we get along way better than men. So I agree to disagree with what you're saying on that subject. Why are you shaking your head?
Men. I didn't say boys.
No, I'm talking about men.
Mm-hmm. Men get along better than boys get along with boys. See, boys got problems like that. I said men. Men hold each other accountable. Men. They are out here and they are a different caliber. You understand what I'm saying? They get along, they get together, they have a good time. They got the family there. They make it a whole damn thing. Like, it's men that get along, not boys. Boys have problems with each other. Boys have ops. Boys have beef. Boys got all that other problem. Men, that grown men, they gonna get together and they gonna ball it out. They gonna go to the hoop.
Okay, I get that. But let me tell you, they got grown men with boys mentality.
How you gonna have a grown man with a boy mentality? That
Exactly.
mean he ain't grown.
This is what I'm saying. They have grown men still have boys mentality. So, but they men know, but they men. They are grown men. So
no,
how do
they are grown by age? You know how your mama used to always tell you, you ain't grown yet. Yes, I am. I pay all my bills. I'm this, I'm that. And your mama told you, you going to come to me and let me know when you get grown. I remember I was 33 years old. I called my mama on the phone and I told her, Mama, I'm grown. She said, what made you grown? I said, because it's my mental that makes me grown. when I realized that I can't make someone treat me the way that I need to be treated. It's all about what I accept. I'm grown because I realize it's more important for me to pay this bill than to go have this drink or go out and party. I understand that it's more important that I make sure my house feel like it's home. So I want to stay there, because most people that leave home a lot, it's because their house don't feel like a home. See, when you got everything you need at home, you want to stay up in that motherfucker. But when you don't got everything that you need at home, you always outside. You always in the street. You always got somewhere to go. You always, you know what I mean? So when you make that house a home, then you got a home and you want to be there. It's a difference.
Wow, it is a big difference. Tiffany say, okay, so what if the man don't know to expect you speaking life, except you speaking life?
Change your tone.
Here we go. We're going back to the tone. We're going back to the tone. Okay, that makes sense.
Change your tone and be consistent, because sometimes we want to speak life. He said we like to compete.
He say men like to compete, no matter what the age. And I believe in that too. I believe you're right on that.
Compete for what? I mean, of course they're gonna compete, but compete for what?
She say compete for what, Unc? Compete for what? Good question. To show
Because
what? To show that you got more money than the next man?
I hope you're not competing with your woman. Who we competing?
Who are you competing? Who are the men competing with each other? Why would you compete against each other? Which is going on. That's life. Yes. He say anything.
Respectfully, I'm gonna say you need a place to heal, because even the most strongest competitive person want a safe place where they don't have to compete.
And that should be where? The home.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have to compete at home. You compete on the streets. He say man versus man.
You got a homeboy that you don't compete with everything. Yeah, y'all have some things in competition, but y'all not competing about everything. Everything is not a competition.
But to me is even if you do have that person that wants to compete all the time, that don't mean you have to engage in it. That don't mean you have to join in the competition.
Sometimes people want to look. It depends on what you're doing, because I have two ways of looking at that. Sometimes somebody competing with you, iron sharpens iron. Sometimes men, they need that competitiveness to sharpen their skills. But then on a different note, with women, competitive, we shouldn't necessarily be competing. We should be we should be collaborating.
Yes. Facts.
So I don't think it should necessarily be, I understand the man versus man, iron sharpen iron, but it should not, women shouldn't be competing on any hemisphere for anything.
That's understandable. That is so what you got to say about that? She say she understand iron sharpen iron. So she understand the competitive. But now the competitive has gotten to the point where they want to kill each other. So what's the point of competing when it's going to turn into a whole different situation?
That's an emotional boy. Huh? That's an emotional boy. It goes back to them. Look, a person that cannot control their emotions is weak. You got to know when to walk away. Ain't nobody want you losing your life over. taking all your freedom away. For what? Because they stepped on your shoes, because they said something about you, said something about your
Wow.
mama.
That's
Come on
deep.
now. We grown.
That's deep.
At what point do you not know to walk away?
But can you walk away? So
Are you
words,
in control of your
words.
emotions?
What do you
A
believe
person
that
that's not in
words hurt?
control of their emotions can't walk away. They gotta have the last word. They gotta have the last beat. They gotta have the last swing. No, a person that's uncontrollable of their emotions, they cannot walk away. A person who has control of their emotions, they can walk away. They might
So
walk away laughing.
okay, so what if somebody says something hurtful to you? How do you can control that emotion? How do you walk away from that? Or what if somebody, let's speak on a situation like we deal with every day. A Caucasian person walk up to you and call you a certain, you know, that word everybody talk about. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to be banned or nothing, but I'm just using this as an example. A Caucasian person walks to you
That's
and calls you
different. That's a
that
different
word.
emotion.
How do you walk away from that? That's like the same thing. Like if a man is being called out or using only words, called out or cussed out or anything like that, how do you think a man is supposed to, or a woman, I'm saying both situations, how do we are supposed to walk away from those particular words? Are we supposed to react off that, or do we supposed to walk away like you said, turn the other cheek? How do you go about that?
9 chances out of 10, if somebody can say some words to you that makes you go off your Richter scale, for one, you are not in control of your emotions. Why aren't you in control of your emotions? Because they touch something in you that you feel that's true. Go back to accountability.
So you think it's something that they know in their heart that's true, and that's why they get so angry?
Exactly.
Y'all hear that? How do y'all feel about that? Come on. Hold on, y'all. I gotta plug my stuff up. How do y'all feel about that? Y'all heard it. What y'all got to say about that? And you know, controlling yourself is one of the fruits of the spirit, right? Having self-control. And a lot of us don't have self-control. Early trauma? Oh.
Exactly.
Early trauma.
Think about this. A person who had an absent parent, they had to deal with self-soothing a lot, right? So as an adult, then they find themselves in a relationship and they don't know how to tell the person, I need you to be here more. Instead, they just sort to self-soothe. They sort to live without that person, making it an everyday thing instead of telling them, hey, I need you more present.
So that goes back to communicating.
Yes.
But how do? Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm thinking this out because I'm thinking it out when you say the boys versus men. I mean, I'm thinking it. I'm thinking it out. Like okay. So at some point, somebody has to say no. I don't care what you say to me. I'm still gonna walk away. Yeah. Without it being a situation to where it gets out of control. And these are only words, but do words hurt? Do words affect people?
Look, let me tell you something. When you get grown and ain't nobody helping you with them bills, ain't nobody putting that food in your mouth, ain't nobody gonna help you with that car note, a lot of words just don't phase you no more. Because you can go in your house and you can close your door and you ain't got to deal with that.
I'm here. I'm listening.
So sometimes you put yourself in situations that you just don't have to deal with. And then now you upset. But why? You could have stayed your ass at home. So,
wow. No. Let me throw that comment out there. What said?
It's a form of being weak and some get killed behind someone bloodthirsty. Okay. So I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. When you grow up, you change your surroundings. You change the people you hang around. So the people that you're hanging around aren't going to take you walking away as a sign of being weak. Only the kids that think that way are still thinking that way. So you're still hanging around with people that are not yet grown mentally. See, I only surround myself with mentally grown adults because they don't look at every conversation as an argument, but yet
Right.
an opportunity to understand each other.
So that goes back again to what? Getting an understanding of the words that one is speaking.
Communication.
Listening. Listening. I keep saying, I don't know why I keep saying listening, but listening to me is a big part of everything. Like listening, and don't be taking out the key words that you want to hear. Listen to a person. But and it goes back again when I said it before. If someone you feel like someone is being disrespectful to you, cussing you out, calling you all out your name, how are you supposed to walk away from that? Do you supposed to react to it, or do you walk away?
I'm sorry, but I have children. I have grandchildren. I love being free. I love walking out my door whenever I decide I want to walk out my door. And I love being able to go stick my key in my ignition and go wherever the hell I want to go. Ain't nobody going to take that from me. You are not worth it. I will not let you push me there. It comes a time where you grow up and you put that into your mentality. And today guns come out so quick. And again, I'm going to say, change your surroundings. Everybody don't play with guns. I got friends, well, I ain't gonna say friends. I have associates that I'm around. They own guns, but we don't have them out doing no gunplay. We all sitting around drinking and carrying on, and not one time do a gun come out. So what kind of people are you hanging around where guns are being pulled?
Even when it comes to a point where y'all get into an argument or somebody gets into an argument and they feel like they've been disrespected. Even when it comes to that, like I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm just speaking reality. I'm hearing what you're saying. This is how we look at it and our opinions about how we feel that it should be. But on some reality talk, like if a person feel like
so if you look around and the people that you hang around, that's what your life is, baby. Okay. So I'm looking around and I see everybody around me, they drinking, they smoking, they not doing much with their life. Well, that's my life in the next 2 years if I don't move around. If I want something better, that means I'm going to hang around somebody that's going to push me to be better. That means I'm going to hang around somebody that has more than what I have so that I can sit at the table with them to have that conversation to learn how to get to where they are. I'm not sitting in the same thing. I'm not sitting with the same people.
Men. I'm saying it's different from men.
It's really not. You need to find
a mentor. You don't think it's different from men? Why do you think it's...
Find a mentor. Find a mentor. They out there. We in the healing era right now. We in the healing phase right now. Well, we combating those mental health issues. We're combating those childhood traumas. We're combating those trauma bonds because a lot of us don't even like each other. We're just trauma bonded by the things that we went through in life, and this person can understand. So that's why we friends. But really, I don't like her. Like, no, we it's time out for trauma bonding. It's time out for that. Get around somebody that genuinely want to see you do better, that genuinely want to see you have a leg up. It is people in the world that has nothing else in life but pure joy when they help somebody get to a better place than they were before. We have to stop making excuses for our misconducts. No, change the people you hang around. They already showed you who they are. Where women die at.
What you mean by where women die at? Can you explain that to us, Aunt?
Yes, please, because I'm confused by that question.
Yeah, I'm a little like explain that to us. What you mean by where women die at?
And give me another second while he answered that question.
Okay, we have 3 people watching. Y'all tap in. Throw some comments out there. We want to read y'all opinions in y'all comments. We got 3 people watching. Tap in. Do y'all understand what we're talking about right now? So let us know y'all comments. Let us know y'all opinions. We only here to give opinions. That's it. If we ain't judging nobody's opinion, this is your opinion. Like talking about it. Okay, so hey,
I want to know what these women dying at.
Yeah, we trying to get an understanding, you guys, so other people can go back and look at this and probably try to figure out some things for themselves. Because this is what we're dealing with in today's society. So it needs to be talked about, like talking about it. I mean, that's just what it is. So you guys, if y'all have any comments or questions or anything, y'all tap in. Let us know what's going on in y'all thoughts, in y'all minds. Oh, then I already said something. I'm waiting on him to respond.
Okay. Because I want to know what we dying at. And where is we dying at? Because the last time I checked, we died in the hospital.
Here we go. Said every man in the world has access to a gun. Men are jacking, hating, jealousy, all men. I don't see women with that problem. Wow. Wow.
I'm going to go with 2 Timothy chapter 3.
Come on now.
In the end, men will be lovers of money. So I mean, it's been spoke about. It's been spoke about.
It has. Men are dying now. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And half of the time, if we think about it, it was a woman in his life that told him, "Don't go out that door." But did he hear her? Did he hear her? Because women are the ones with the spiritual gifts. We the ones that have that. Our job is to be there to help you and protect you in ways that you don't even see it coming.
Wow. I'll say 378 to be exact, just in our rap culture this year. And counting.
Those are sacrifices, but okay.
See, that's a whole see, Melinda, you done went to a whole nother topic. We ain't gonna talk about that one right now. She said those are sacrifices, but we I mean, no, I don't just think it's sacrifices. I think it's just like Unc said before, it's jealousy, it's hatred, is trying to get the bag. Everybody wants the bag nowadays. Everybody wants the money because that is what they're putting out there. And then they wonder why it is so much hating and so much killing. And, because everybody wants the best, especially these youngsters, man. I got to keep talking about the youngsters. He said we need
Turn
help.
Off the TV.
Turn off the TV.
First off, our children have been programmed. when you turn on it, first off, that television is what it tell your vision what I want you to what I want you to know, see, think, and everything else.
That's why it's
And
called
when you turn on the
television.
television and you get the going through the channels. So now I want
Right.
you to channel some shit. You see what I'm saying? I need you to open up that third eye and channel this shit with me. And what else you doing when you channeling? You going through the TV program. So now I'm gonna program your mind to what I want you to do. Same thing with the damn media, the music. It's all a low vibration for our kids to have this mindset, and they're not gonna listen to us. Turn off the TV. Turn off these gadgets. Go back
I
to
mean, it's even going on with the kids. I
when
mean,
family was family and we was all together and we wasn't watching TV. We was outside.
and nowadays it's going on with our women. I mean, every time you look on a video, you see the girls half naked. Now all our girls is running around half naked. They feel like they gotta be like that to succeed. Like it's really going on like for everybody.
Well, that goes back to
They gotta have a
and
flat stomach with the big butts to where they go and get BBWs and BBLs or whatever the hell they call it. You know
they
what I'm
go
talking
back to
about?
our era. We fucked it up. If we take accountability, we fucked that up.
Why you say that?
I say that because when we were coming up, our mamas kept telling us, keep your virginity, keep your virginity, keep your virginity. That was the main thing they drilled in us, right? But we listened to that little boy that told us, if you love me, then you'll go ahead and give it to me. And then he didn't stay after you gave it away. Now, because you gave it away, the next one come along. Well, you already gave it away, so how you gonna act like, you know, you can hold that over my head? Give me some of that. Oh, we can't be together. So all you done made was a bunch of hoes, right? Because they didn't slept with all the women. I took all the virgins in the town. You know, you got a bunch of hoes. Now we have children, and they listen to the music that was made and telling them basically to be half dressed and sleep with all these different men when sex was only made to be between husband and wife.
Wow.
So the reason why we can't hold a relationship because we still got about 15, 20 niggas ago still stuck in our DNA.
Wow.
That don't come about you until you go ahead and cleanse yourself. And
So
ain't
that's
talking about douching.
yeah, them soul ties is running through your blood veins.
And you wondering why. That's the same thing with a man. You done slept with all these women, right? And you keep wondering why every last one of them is crazy. They all act the same. She wasn't there when you got with her. But after you kept putting the same DNA in her from the all mixed up with all the rest of these women and these soul ties, now she acting the same damn way. Same thing with the dude. Have you ever noticed what she said?
She said, yes, ma'am, but when you're not used to having people around you that's really real and really love you, you don't know how to intake the realness. You look at it as a put down. You want to intake. You want to intake it, but you scared because you just don't know.
The way that you know if it's real or if it's fake. If you're around a person and you leave their presence and you feel good about yourself when you leave their presence, or you done learn something new, or they inspire you, that's the kind of people you want to be around. If every time you leave their presence, you leave angry, you anxiety at an all-time high, you don't know how you're feeling coming or going, that ain't the person you need to be around. Or you know them people that you look at your phone and be like, oh goddamn, I don't want to answer it. That ain't the person you want to be around. You gonna know.
Wow.
Your body gonna tell you. Your body
gonna
gonna
feel
tell
it.
you.
You're gonna feel it in your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit tells you, your spirit lets you know everything. It's up to you to listen to your spirit and what it's telling you, because your spirit will let you know. whether it's right or wrong, or whether it's fake or whether it's real. So you got to know who you listening to first too. Don't just think, because sometimes the enemy will try to put something in you and make it seem like it's real also, but at the same time
Right.
it's not. So you have to know, you have to have that ear, a
You
listening
have to have
ear,
that spirit of discernment.
that spirit of discernment, that listening ear to know what is real and what is not. You have to know it. And when you
And
get
you,
it,
another way you're gonna know is because that person, every time you have a celebration, that person gonna be right there to celebrate with you. If that person ain't there for the celebration, you know, you know.
well, I mean, I get that too, but not all the time. Not
What I
all the
mean
time.
is,
Not that
if
person
you
don't
tell a
have to be there
person
all
your
the
good
time.
news and they don't celebrate with you, they not happy for you. That's not your person.
But that don't mean that they're not happy for you. That don't mean that they're not happy for you. That doesn't mean
What?
that, Linda.
What doesn't mean that?
I agree to disagree to that. That person does not have to be there with you all the time. I
I
mean,
didn't say be there with you all the time. What I'm saying is, let's
like
say,
for
for instance, I
celebrations,
come to you and I
that
say,
person
Fee,
don't have to be there. Because I have my homegirl, she wanted to join in our celebration, and hell, I had so much going on, I couldn't even go get her. But that didn't mean that, you know what I'm saying? And me and my best friend been friends since high school.
no,
So
I'm
it
not
didn't mean
saying
that I
that.
didn't
What
want her
I'm
to
saying
come or
is,
anything like that. So I agree to disagree to that.
when you do something good in life and you go to your friend and you tell her your good news, oh, I love you too. But if you go to your friend and you tell her your good news, right, and she just dismiss it, that's not your friend.
I see what you're saying.
Your
I
friend
understand
should
what
be
you're
just
saying.
as happy for you as you is happy about your news.
Facts. Big facts.
I'm not saying she gotta be there, but damn, when you talk to her, she should, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you know when somebody is genuinely there for you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be happy with your success.
Most definitely. Oh my goodness, yes. I agree with that 100%.
And if you're not being successful, they go right there to get on your ass about it. Why you ain't did this? They gonna always push you. And now that's the part you scared of, Tiff, is the push. You don't want to hear it because it's uncomfortable. But baby, you can't get to be successful if you don't get out of the comfortability that you're in. You have to be in an uncomfortable position to do great things.
Well, everybody have to step out the box if they want to succeed. Because sometimes we do put ourselves in a box. And
Yeah.
the box, you have to open that box up and jump out that box and say, surprise. You gotta jump out that box and say, surprise, I got something else. Like, yeah, I'm going to succeed. But sometimes that take time, Melinda. Everybody's not just ready to just get out there and jump out the box. It's a timing process for everybody. It's a timing process for everybody. Some people will get it like this, and some people be like slow on the process. And that's just the person. That's just who they are. But when they realize who they are, as being great and understanding the fact that they are great, that's when they jump out the box and be like, wait a minute, I am a better person. I am this type of person. I can do this. I can do that. And then that's when it all clicks in their minds. Like, oh yeah, let me get up out this box. Let me stop putting myself in this box. This box got too many goddamn walls that's holding me back.
Right, but the problem is just that they don't know how to get out the box. So how do you get out the box? You start with yourself. You
That's
start
what I
with
was
taking
just going to say. You
accountability
have to start with yourself.
And for me, it started with talking to myself in the mirror. I know a lot of people gonna be like, "Well, you talk to yourself in the mirror." No, I speak life into myself in the mirror when I wake up, because you have to start your day off on a positive note before the negativity hits your ears. You have
My
to talk
goodness.
to yourself in a manner in which you will want to hear it, because sometimes you know what you need to hear, right? You might not have that person that is going to tell you what you need to hear. However, the person you need to tell you what you need to hear is right there. Just say yourself. Just say
Look in
yourself.
that damn mirror.
A lot
Look
of
in that
times we have the
mirror.
hardest time looking at ourselves in the mirror, because guess what? Now we start to realize our flaws. We'll
You
rather
can
look at
realize your flaws, and you can also realize your greatness when you look in that mirror. That
exactly.
mirror can show you every reflection that you have. Either you're going to look at it in a positive way or you're going to look at it in a negative way. So it all depends on your mind frame and where you're at. Now, if you still looking in that mirror in a negative thought of yourself, you're going to look in that mirror and you're going to be like, oh, Lord, look at this and look at that and look at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to wake up in the morning, like you say. Hell, I wake up grouchy every morning because I need my coffee. Once I get my coffee, I'll be good after that. But guess what? As I'm getting my coffee, I'm praying because I have to have that. I don't want no negativity around me. Don't come talking to me. Don't do nothing until I get my coffee and I pray. You feel me? That's how I wake up. And once I do that, I'm good. I'm like, okay, my day is ready. Let's go. But I most definitely have to pray before I do anything. I most definitely wake up praying. Thank you, Father. Then I go get my coffee, and then I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm ready to deal with the world.
I found that when I incorporated meditating, it started to help, because I don't know about nobody else, but I think a lot. Like I'm constantly, my mind is not at rest. And when you meditate, it gives your mind the opportunity to slow the hell down and just be in the moment. I'm constantly thinking about next week, next month, next year, and meditating really grounds me. Another thing that I do that helps me is when I feel, you have those days, right? That you don't want to get up, you don't want to put on no clothes, you don't want to do anything. When I feel like that, I go outside. I go across the pier. I go to the seawall. I go by any bed of water that I can get to. I write out whatever it is that I'm not feeling, or whatever it is that I'm thinking about that I can't stop thinking about that's bothering me. And after I'm done writing it, I just shred up the paper and I throw it into that body of water and I let it go. Because guess what? There's nothing I can do about it.
That part.
And I'm quite sure y'all probably seen the reel of me out there grounding. A lot of people is like, what is grounding? We come from nature. And sometimes we're off balance because we're out of sync with nature. We don't get enough sunshine, which is our vitamin D. When I feel off balance with nature to where I don't want to get out of bed, I know I'm lacking my vitamin D. And not only am I lacking my vitamin D, but I also go and I stand in the grass. Sometimes you'll see me at Tiff House with my shoes off, walking around in her grass, because I'm trying to get grounded. I'm trying to bring my heart back to where it needs to be so that I can move on and not be so emotionally vulnerable or depressed to where I just want to stay caved up in the house. You'll see me at times, I'm hugging trees. People like, what are you doing? I'm getting all that because I need to be one with nature. I need that oneness back into my soul so that I can move forward and be great, because something has me stagnant. And so when we realize that we have to do what we have to do to be of sound mind for ourselves, because if we're not of sound mind for ourselves, we can't be of sound mind for anybody. We can't help anybody. We can't be there for our kids. We can't be there for our mate. We can't be there for anybody. So don't overexhaust yourself. That's the whole main reason for this conversation of where masculinity comes from. It comes from overexalting yourself. Don't overexhaust yourself. Actually, ask for help. Us as women, if we start a village to where you have somebody like my cousin tells she hate if I come to our house and clean up, but sometimes, sis, you need somebody else to come in and clean up. Sometimes, sis, you need somebody to come in and reorganize your life, because the way that you see it's fine, right? But somebody come in and they give you a whole different way, and you never seen it look like that. For example, the restroom. You didn't think that restroom had, the capability of looking different until I came in here and gave it a new look. It's the same thing with your life. You don't know you have the capability of doing a lot of things until you introduce yourself to different situations and different people, and it's going to expand your mind to where you're going to want to try new things. But like, well, you know what? I think I want to try my hand at decorating. I might try my hand at this or try my hand at that. Fear is not final. Failure is not final. At the end of the day, just because you feel it means absolutely nothing. It just means that you have the courage to try.
Big facts. It's like getting, like you say, it's like getting away from your mind. Sometimes you have to free your mind. And that's the peace be still. Peace be still. It ain't see, people take that word that's saying in a whole different direction. But when he say peace be still, he say repeat your mind. Give your mind peace, because you're so busy constantly thinking on how to do this and what to do. And like, we're not even supposed to think about tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. But we always put our minds on that and try to figure out, well, what's up? What's next? What's for tomorrow? What's next? What's up for next weekend? But in reality, our mind is supposed to be at a peaceful mind in one day. Have your mind settled in one day. Peace be still.
And we take the problems from yesterday on to tomorrow. Well, thank you,
sis. She say yes, right, man. I'm loving this. Thank you, girl. No, that's just real talk. That's just real talk, like talking about it. Like, at some point, you have to just calm your mind down, relax your mind, and just have that peace. And when you get that peace, don't let nothing disturb it. That's the thing. When you find your peace, you can't let nothing disturb it.
See, that's not the problem. And I'm going to say it, and I know Tiff hates me saying this, but a lot of people don't understand that peace is disguised as boredom.
What you said again? Say it again.
Peace is disguised as boredom.
Ah, facts. Because people can be like, how y'all just sit in the house all day? How y'all just sit on the porch and don't do nothing? Y'all don't go out. Like, dude, but what they need to understand is this is our peace.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go out there in the streets. We don't have to go party every time you look up. We don't have to do all these things, because peace is coming within us. So if I want to just like, look, I don't want to be bothered with nobody, it's reasons. It's not that I don't love you. It's just that I'm enjoying my peace right now, trying to get my mind back in order.
Yeah, and then it's another way to look at it is that, let's say that you grew up in a chaotic household, right?
Okay.
And you come into your adulthood and you are in a chaotic situation. When you leave that chaoticness and you receive peace, it's disguised as boredom. You looking for the next thing to fuck up. You looking for the next problem. You looking for the next dog. Just sit in it. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong. Just sit there. You don't need to argue about nothing. You don't look for nothing to break. You don't look for no bill to come in. You are okay. And sometimes we got to tell ourselves we're okay. Yes. We literally got to tell ourselves we are okay. Because if you don't, you're looking for it. Oh, well, she said something. Let me snap off at her. Or, he got an attitude. Let me tell him something. Because now you ain't got, everything is going right. Ain't no arguing, ain't no nothing. Oh, well, let me cause a ruckus. Because you don't know that this is what peace feel like.
But you know what? At the same time, we react people react off of other people's energy. Do you believe in that?
Yes, I do, but whose energy are you reading? Yours or theirs?
Oh, that's good. That's okay. Okay, explain that. I got it. I got it, but I need you to explain it to the people what you're saying.
Okay, sometimes you can come into a room of people and you may feel like the energy is off, right? Because people are moving differently. But it might not be that they're moving differently. It might just be that you're grasping the movement as differently.
So it might be your energy that's thrown off. I got it. I understood it when you said it. That's why I say I got it, but explain to the people what you mean by that. Okay, I got it.
So, we sometimes want to we've been brought a situation from home to where we're going, and then think that they got, a problem with us when really we brought that stinking ass attitude in the door.
Wow.
So, sometimes it goes back to accountability. Knowing when you might be the energy vampire, the energy succulent.
Sucking all of it up.
Yeah.
Sucking all that energy up, and you just like, and they like, well, what the hell wrong with you? and then that's what makes their energy go off, because you like, you just sucked all their energy up, and they like, well, what the hell? And you looking at them like, what the hell wrong with you? Right?
Yeah.
And like you say, that goes back to what? Accountability. Because it really was your energy that threw everybody else's energy off. Okay, I see what you said. So yeah, I get it. Most definitely. You say, okay, that's another word. Fact. It is, sis. Real talk.
The hardest part is being accountable. Because that's when you got to dig inside at the ugly parts. You got to ask yourself, why do I get upset at this? Or what is it that makes me happy? What is it that will make me feel better about myself? What is it that I'm insecure about? What is it that I could do to be a better person or better myself in this aspect or that aspect or whatever? We have to dig deep inside and ask ourselves some hard questions that we really don't want to ask. So,
hey, somebody knocking.
That's all about being accountable. When we learn to be accountable, a lot of other things ain't gonna bother us.
Wow. That's some real talk right there, Melinda. Like talking about it, baby. Hold on. That's some real talk right there, though. For real. Oh my goodness. So at the end of the day, y'all, we need to take accountability for our own actions. Actions is what she really was trying to say the whole damn show. Take accountability, you guys. I don't care if it's male, female, whatever you want to do. You as a human, take accountability for your own responsibility, your own actions, your own emotions, your own energy. Take accountability for that. That is what she's saying the whole show. I hope y'all tapped in and seen what she was saying. If not, y'all need to go back and look at it, because this is a deep show tonight. And I told everybody to tap in. But if y'all didn't, y'all go back and look at it and put y'all comments in. For those that want to say something that wasn't able to get on the live or whatever, y'all put y'all comments in, and we can go back and, and respond to y'all comment.
God damn it. I thought I heard somebody fucking knocking.
Somebody knocking in my damn door, too. Who is it? You got company?
No.
It's time to go to bed. Melinda, we've been out here like for 2 hours, though, for real. So I'm going to let you go, man. We're going to end it. Yes, she said yes, Felicia. I'm loving it. Yes, give you something to think about. Yes, girl. It most definitely gives you something to think about. And I loved it, Melinda. Thank you, girl. We got to come back on. You're going to have to give us another topic. We're going to come back on. When you want to come back on, girl?
Oh, Lord.
No. Oh, Lord, no. know. When you gonna get me on the show? Okay, let's go. We got it started now. Let's go. And guess what I'm doing? I'm uploading it to my Like Talking About It page on YouTube.
Okay, so I don't
Don't
know.
get
I
scared
guess
now. Let's go.
we're gonna have to talk about our mental health. Us as women,
Oh,
mental
you
health.
know what? That's a good topic. My husband been like saying something about mental health. Like that's another good topic. Matter of fact, I think we had talked about that on the Eminem talk show one week, mental health. And Marcy husband Shogun, he brought his daughter on. Like she made a post because she like a I think she a doctor or a psychologist or something like that. And he brought her on, made a post about it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, and that's a good topic right there.
Because your phone was off.
Mm-hmm. Love you too, girl.
What you got going on? Look at you. You done got quiet. You got cheeses all the way to hill to hill. Like, what is going on over there?
Girl, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That is too much, man. All right, Melinda, man. I'm going to let you go, girl. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for joining me tonight. And we most definitely, what's the next day? Give me a day. Today, Thursday. Give me a day. I know y'all want to do the weekend.
She
You might
talking
want
about
to do
the
the weekend.
lies.
Talk about the lies.
Well, you know, the weekend, we don't really do nothing on the weekend, right? Okay, good. So, yeah, we'll do Monday.
Okay. So Monday and Thursdays for us?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to make that our day, right? Monday and Thursdays, right? All right. Y'all, welcome my new co-host to Like Talking About It, Miss Melinda Robinson. And we coming, y'all. We coming, man. We coming with real life stuff for real. I mean, y'all better be ready for it because Melinda gonna keep it 100 with y'all. She gonna tell y'all to, y'all know I'm ghetto-fied, goddammit. I'm gonna tell y'all the ghetto way, and she gonna keep it professional.
I'll be trying. You know,
Y'all know me. I'm ghetto-fied. Everybody watching my show, they know. Hey, I keep it ghetto. I keep it 100 ghetto-fied, and she gonna keep it 100 professionally. All right, girl. Go and enjoy your company, man. I appreciate you. I love you, girl. Mondays and Thursdays, Like Talking About It. I got my pay. We need to make a flyer.
I got you.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, we need to make a flyer.
Send over the logo.
Thanks. I got you.
All right.
All right, babe. You have a good night.
You too.
Good night, Tiff.
Good night,
I gotta
child.
do my outro though, y'all. Bye, Melinda. Yes, and yes. Well, y'all heard it first right here. I have a new co-host for Like Talking About It. Hey, make sure y'all tap in every Monday night and Thursday night, 9:00 p.m. ish. Because y'all know sometimes I'll be running late, but she an on-time person. So now I'm doing it with her. She gonna make sure I'm on time. So big facts. Yes, every Monday and Thursday night, Like Talking About It with my new co-host, Melinda Robinson. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, okay? And Mama Fia signing out. I done got hot in this closet, y'all. The closet. I done got hot. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for your comments, your opinions. I hope y'all shared the video. If y'all didn't, please go and share the video. Please go share the video so we can get more people tapping in on Like Talking About It. Come on, let's go. And I thank you guys. I love you guys. And Mama Fia signing out. Y'all know how I do. Hugs and kisses. Peace out, y'all. Great show. Peace out.